You're not struggling to manifest your dreams because you're doing something wrong. You're struggling because you're doing too much of what isn't actually necessary. And most of this isn't your fault. You were taught that to get what you want, whether it's success, love, money, or happiness, you have to work hard, repeat certain steps, and stay busy. You were taught to chase your desires the same way people chase goals in school, jobs, or relationships. But the universe, or what some call the quantum field, doesn't work that way. The quantum field doesn't respond to effort. It doesn't care how much you want something or how hard you're trying. It responds to your energy, your inner state, your frequency. When you're trying too hard, when you're desperate, when you're worried or obsessed, your energy becomes messy and confusing. And the universe can't understand what to do with that kind of mixed message. It's not that you're unworthy or doing it all wrong. It's just that the energy you're putting out doesn't match the outcome you want. This field, the universe, the energy field, or whatever name you prefer, is conscious, but not in a human way. It doesn't think, judge, or measure. It simply reflects. It mirrors your state of being. It tunes into what you are, not what you're asking for. That means if deep inside you're feeling anxious, doubtful, or needy, then that's the energy you're actually sending out. It doesn't matter if you say all the right words or think all the right thoughts. If your energy underneath is shaky, that's what the universe hears. A vision board or repeating affirmations can be helpful if they bring you peace and confidence. But they won't do much if you're still feeling unsure, restless, or worried deep down. What truly matters is how still, trusting, and calm your energy is when you're not thinking about your desire. It's how steady your belief is when you don't have proof yet. It's whether you can rest in the feeling that it's already yours, even when nothing around you has changed. This is where most people lose their way. It's not their dream that collapses, it's their energy. The moment the path feels quiet, uncertain, or uncomfortable, they try to fix it. They try to control the situation. They repeat more affirmations, look for signs, perform rituals, and push harder. But that only makes their energy more chaotic. They think, if I just do more, maybe the universe will finally respond. But the field doesn't react to how loud or busy you are. It reacts to how stable and clear your energy is. When you're truly aligned with what you want, you stop chasing. You stop begging or hoping. You feel calm, as if you already have it. That calm is what makes your frequency magnetic. Not because you're saying the right things, but because your energy is relaxed and confident. You're not sending out a signal of demand. You're sending out a signal of trust and peace. Now you might wonder, but I have to want it, right? Yes, desire is important. It's the starting point. It's the spark. But when your desire turns into need, when you feel like you must have it or you can't be okay, that creates resistance. That's when your energy says, this isn't here yet, and the universe mirrors that exact feeling back to you. So the more you need it, the more you push it away. This is why so many people feel like they're close to a breakthrough, but then nothing happens. They feel it, they see it, they're on the edge of a dream becoming real, and then it slips away. Oh. Because just before it could become reality, their energy changes. They fall into doubt. They stop trusting. And the quantum field picks up on that subtle shift. It always reflects your true frequency back to you, even if it's just a small moment of uncertainty. The secret is not to manifest harder. It's to become still on the inside. Not passive or emotionless, but calm and trusting. When your energy is steady, clear, and not full of mixed messages, the universe understands you clearly. It doesn't have to guess. Your frequency becomes a clean signal, and the field responds. You don't have to force your way into this state. You surrender into it. And surrender doesn't mean giving up. It means letting go of control. It means stepping back from the version of you that's always chasing, fixing, or doubting, and stepping into the version of you that already feels aligned. The version of you that already believes it's possible, that already knows it's on the way. Maybe the question isn't, how do I make it happen faster? Maybe the better question is, what part of me is still trying to control something that could unfold naturally? Because if the universe is truly conscious, and it is, then it knows your real energy. It's not listening to your words. It's not impressed by your rituals. It's tuning into what you're actually radiating. So, what's the real work? It's not shouting louder or wishing harder. It's not doing more rituals or getting every detail right. The real work is about getting clearer, more peaceful, more trusting. You don't manifest through effort. You manifest through energetic alignment. Most of us have tried to push or control the field at some point. It's normal. We've all thought, maybe if I just do one more thing, the universe will respond. But what if you didn't have to do more? What if the entire game changed when you stopped sending out panic and started sending out peace? Let's look at it this way. When you send out a desire from a place of anxiety or pressure, the universe doesn't respond to the words of your request. It responds to the feeling behind it, the quality of your presence. And presence doesn't mean focusing all your attention on your goal. It means being steady and peaceful without needing your goal to arrive right away. It means trusting the process even when you can't see how it will happen. That's the part most people never learn. You don't manifest by focusing harder. You manifest by staying emotionally balanced. It's not just about controlling your thoughts, though that helps. It's about regulating your energy, about staying grounded and connected to a peaceful inner state, even when things seem uncertain on the outside. This kind of regulation doesn't just mean calming your nervous system, though that can help too. It means calming your vibration, finding emotional clarity, feeling good without proof, knowing that your desire is on its way and that you don't have to panic or force it. The quieter your energy becomes, the louder your signal becomes. The clearer your energy, the faster the field responds. The universe doesn't mirror your words. It mirrors your tone, not the tone of your voice, but the tone of your frequency. When your energy feels heavy, unsure, or full of longing, it doesn't say, I want this. It says, I don't believe it. And that's exactly what gets reflected back. Think of your vibration like a radio signal. Every time you worry, overthink, or question how it's going to happen, you change the station. You tune away from the signal that was bringing your dream to life. You create static, and the universe can't clearly hear what you want anymore. Not because you're bad at manifesting, but because no one taught you that true clarity comes from stillness, not strategy. Stillness doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you stop sending out mixed messages. It means your system isn't leaking energy anymore. You're no longer chasing with a vibration of lack. You're grounded, steady, and clear. This is why so many people feel drained by manifestation practices. They're doing all the things, scripting, visualizing, meditating, while their inner energy is saying, I'm not sure. I hope this works. They say one thing but feel another. And the field responds to what they feel, not what they say. Because the universe is like a mirror. It doesn't choose or reward or punish. It simply reflects. It doesn't give you what you ask for. It gives you what you are, deep down. That's the real power of manifestation. It's not a trick or a shortcut. It's deeply honest. It requires you to get real with yourself, because you can't fool a conscious universe. You can't skip over your own energy or state of being. You can only align yourself with the version of life that matches who you truly are right now. That means if you want to experience a new reality, you don't force it into existence, you grow into it. You match it. So, what does that alignment actually feel like? It feels peaceful. It feels like you're calm and sure inside, even if nothing has shown up yet to prove it. It's not about convincing yourself or repeating affirmations to feel better. It's a quiet, steady knowing, like your heart already understands something your eyes haven't seen yet. You act, speak, and move through life from a place of, it's already mine. Not because you're trying to trick yourself into believing it, but because deep down, that's just what makes sense now. You're no longer clinging to needing signs or evidence. You stop checking if it's working. You stop needing results to feel good. You've made the shift inside, and that shift makes everything outside start to change. Not because you pushed or demanded change, but because there's nothing left in you resisting it. Life starts to transform, not because you're forcing it, but because now it doesn't have a reason not to. The universe, or the quantum field as some call it, isn't holding your dreams hostage. It's not ignoring you. It's actually holding your dreams and desires in place, waiting for you to match their energy. But matching energy isn't about saying the right words or having positive thoughts all the time. It's about your overall vibration, your emotional state, your focus, your trust, your balance. What blocks your desires from coming isn't a lack of effort. It's usually the pressure you're putting on yourself to make it happen in a specific way or at a specific time. When you try to control how something comes or when it arrives, you actually limit the possibilities. You take something full of endless ways to unfold and squeeze it into one narrow idea of how it should work. But the universe doesn't follow your schedule, it follows your energy. And when your energy becomes clear, steady, and relaxed, that's when everything starts speeding up. When you're truly aligned, you stop trying to hold onto the frequency. You just become it. You stop thinking about how or when something will arrive. You live as if it's already yours. You're not imagining the outcome anymore. You're living like the person who already has it. You don't need to keep proving your belief. You don't have to keep pushing. Because now, the universe has no choice but to reflect that back to you. You've stopped sending out a signal of wanting or waiting. You're now sending a signal of, I am. The truth is, manifestation isn't about doing more. It's not about working harder or thinking more positive thoughts. It's about tuning deeper into yourself. It's about paying attention to your own energy and seeing whether it's clear or cluttered. Most of the time, when we feel stuck, it's not because the universe isn't responding. It's because we're sending mixed signals. We say we trust, but we keep checking for proof. We say we believe, but we keep asking when. That confusion in our energy delays what we want. The universe doesn't just respond to your words. It responds to your overall energy. It feels when you've truly stopped waiting. It feels when you've let go, not of the desire, but of the pressure. That's when it responds. Not as a gift or a reward, but as a mirror. Most people think that manifestation is something that will happen later, as a result of something they do now. But in the energetic world, there is no later. Everything is happening now. The way you feel now, the energy you hold now, that's what the universe is reacting to. So if your energy is focused on soon, then soon is what you keep experiencing. If you're feeling almost there, then almost is what you get. These aren't just ideas, they're actual frequencies. And the universe matches them. Manifestation doesn't show up when you hope it will. It shows up when your energy no longer argues with the vision you have. When your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs all say the same thing, that it's already done, that's when it arrives. Not because you made it happen, but because you finally got out of the way. It's not a dramatic moment. It's usually quiet. It slips in when you least expect it. Not because you gave up, but because you relaxed. You stopped needing proof. You stopped watching for it. You became the person who already has it, and so your life shifted to match that version of you. Most people miss this part because they think letting go means they're giving up. But letting go doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you stop clinging. It means you stop holding on so tightly that your energy becomes tense, controlling, and out of tune. Letting go means trusting. Trusting that what you asked for is already held for you, already on the way, already available. It means allowing the universe to deliver it in the best way, not just your way. Think of the universe like a tuning fork. If your energy is full of doubt, fear, or desperation, it can't match the high frequency of the life you want. But if your energy is clear, calm, and certain, the match happens automatically. That match is called resonance. And resonance brings things from possibility into real life, not as a favor, but as a natural law. When you're in resonance, your life begins to change. You start to feel a sense of peace that's not tied to results. You take action not out of fear, but from inspiration. You smile at the thought of what's coming, not because you're still hoping, but because you already feel the truth of it. You stop checking for signs because you already know. Your energy becomes soft and sure. You stop needing to be proven right, and instead, you simply live in a way that reflects your vision. That's the heart of it. Manifestation doesn't respond to how much effort you put in. It responds to who you're being. And who you're being is shown not in your words, but in your energy, your attitude, and your choices. You become the version of yourself who already has the thing. You think like them, feel like them, act like them. You no longer imagine the life. You live it inside yourself first. And then, slowly or suddenly, the outside starts to match. You stop waiting. You stop rehearsing. You stop living like your dream life is a future event. You start entering it now through how you feel, how you move, and how you show up. This is what people like Neville Goddard meant when they said to assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. It's what Dr. Joe Dispenza means when he talks about becoming a new version of yourself. It's what Abraham Hicks means when they say to let go of the oars. They were all pointing to the same truth. You don't get what you want. You get what you are. Alignment isn't something you earn. It's something you allow. So ask yourself, if it were already here, how would I feel? Would I still be looking for proof? Would I still be running more techniques, hoping for a faster result? Or would I be calm, certain, and open? Because that's the shift. That's the moment things start moving. When you stop performing alignment and start living it. When your energy stops saying, I hope, and starts saying, this is me now. And that kind of energy is quiet. So quiet, most people don't even notice it. But the universe does. Because the silence of true alignment is stronger than any shout. Let's move forward. If you've ever felt really connected and in flow, like everything just made sense, but then slipped back into old patterns, you might wonder what's wrong. The truth is, there's nothing wrong with you. You're not weak, broken, or failing. You've simply been conditioned your whole life to survive, not to let go. You've been trained to stay alert, to fix problems, and to stay in control. And surrender, the act of letting go and trusting something bigger, can feel dangerous when you've always been in survival mode. For many people, control feels like safety. Doing more, planning ahead, and constantly trying to manage things feels like the responsible thing to do. It's how we're taught to succeed. But in the deeper world of energy, what some call the quantum field, real power doesn't come from control. It comes from coherence, which simply means alignment between your thoughts, your emotions, and your energy. Dr. Joe Dispenza, a well-known teacher in this space, said that when you're stuck in survival mode, you keep trying to create your future based on the past. You rely on what you know, what you've experienced, and what you feared. But doing that doesn't create anything new. It just repeats what's already happened. You're not building a new life. You're stuck in an old loop. When you start grasping for answers, trying one more meditation, one more technique, one more healing practice, you might think you're making progress. But if that action is coming from a place of fear or lack, you're really just repeating the same emotional pattern. You're putting on a mask of effort while still radiating doubt underneath it. And the energy of the universe, or what some call the field, picks up on that exact signal. It doesn't respond to what you say or even what you think. It responds to the energy behind it. So, how do you stop falling into the same habits? How do you stay in that peaceful, aligned space instead of constantly drifting out of it? It starts with knowing this. The field doesn't just react to a single good moment. It responds to how you consistently show up. That means you need to live in the energy you want, not just visit it during your morning meditation or when things are going well. You have to carry it through the hard moments too. Think of this like tuning a musical instrument. Imagine you're tuning a violin. You can strike the perfect note once and it sounds beautiful. But if you don't keep tuning it regularly, the pitch will drift out of alignment. Not because you did something wrong, just because that's how instruments and energy work. The same is true for your inner state. If you don't continue to focus on staying aligned, your energy will start to shift based on whatever you're giving your attention to. If your attention drifts toward fear, worry, or impatience, your energy follows. This doesn't mean you're failing. It just means your energy is going where your focus is going. That's not sabotage. It's just how energy works. It's like gravity. It's neutral, but it always works the same way. There's a powerful quote by Neville Goddard, who taught that our imagination and belief shape reality. He said, "Change your conception of yourself, and you will automatically change the world in which you live." He wasn't talking about just building confidence or improving your self-esteem. He was talking about completely transforming the way you see yourself, so that you become the version of you who already has what you're seeking. Not someone hoping it arrives one day, but someone who already lives it. This transformation doesn't happen with one big insight or one powerful meditation. It happens through the small, daily choices you make when no one's watching. Every time you choose trust instead of fear, calm instead of panic, allowing instead of pushing, you're reinforcing a new version of yourself. And that consistency is what makes your energy stable. When you no longer need results to confirm you're on the right path, that's when you truly step into alignment. You stop trying to force life to give you proof, because deep down, you already believe. You already know. Abraham Hicks, another well-known teacher, called this the art of allowing. That means learning how to let life support you without trying to control it all the time. Allowing doesn't mean sitting around doing nothing. It means being in a state where you're open and available for good things to come to you. It's an inner readiness. Some people seem to attract what they want easily. It's not because they don't care or because they're lucky. It's because they're not constantly in resistance. They've stopped begging the universe. They've stopped checking to see if it's working. They've stopped needing proof. They're simply trusting, and their energy reflects that. So if you slip up again, that's okay. It doesn't mean you've gone backwards. It just means you're learning. The fact that you notice it means your awareness is growing. Instead of judging yourself or rushing to fix it, try something different. Pause. Breathe. Let yourself feel the pattern rising without reacting to it. That quiet pause is powerful. It tells the universe, I see the old story trying to play out, but I'm not choosing it this time. And that simple shift begins to change everything. That's when your energy starts to stabilize in the new version of yourself. So here's a simple phrase that can help bring you back into that space. I trust the field. Say it when you feel doubt creeping in. Say it when your mind wants to control the outcome. Say it not because you're trying to get something, but because you're done chasing. Say it because you already know, deep down, that what you want is already on its way. Maybe it's even already here, just waiting for you to match its frequency. You don't need a new technique or another sign from the universe. What you really need is your own permission to stop trying so hard, to stop questioning yourself, and to start sending one clear, steady message. I am here. I am ready. I already am. This is the energy that changes timelines, not by forcing things, but by being so aligned that life responds to you naturally. You stop performing for your dreams. You start living inside them. You stop pretending, hoping, waiting, and start embodying. The old way of manifesting was all about control. Make a vision board, visualize hard enough, do the steps. And while some of those tools can be helpful, they can also keep you in a loop if the energy behind them is fear, lack, or effort. The new way isn't about control, it's about coherence. It's about coming into harmony with yourself so deeply that life can't help but mirror it back. When you get quiet inside, when you stop pushing, when you stop needing the universe to prove itself, you become magnetic. Not because you earned it, but because you're finally aligned. Your energy is clear. It's steady. And the field, which is always listening, responds. In that space, the question is no longer, when will it come? Instead, you start asking, how can I keep living as the version of me who already has it? And from there, life rearranges itself to meet you. People show up. Opportunities appear. Ideas come to you. Things shift, and it all feels natural. Not forced. Not pushed. Just aligned. The version of you who has everything you desire isn't far away. They're not in the distant future. They're just one choice away. One breath away. One quiet moment where you say, I'm done performing. I'm ready to just be. Because when you live from the energy of already, you stop chasing. You stop faking. You stop trying to hold the frequency like it's a performance. It just becomes your natural state. And the more you live from that place, the more reality starts to bend, not because you demanded it, but because you became trustworthy to the field. So if this message resonated with you, it's probably because something inside you is ready. Ready to stop fighting. Ready to stop doubting. Ready to remember what you already know deep down. You are not here to chase your dreams. You are here to become them. Let's keep walking this path together, steady, aligned, and trusting. You've got this. Not because you're forcing it, but because you're finally tuned into who you really are.